In a quiet mountain village wrapped in fog, the lake lay still like a mirror. Noor, a 12-year-old girl, tiptoed outside, her red scarf fluttering. Her grandfather, Abuelo Tomás, had told her, "Tonight, the lake remembers." Every year, lanterns floated on the lake to remember those lost in the war. Noor's hands trembled as she lit one. "For Mama," she whispered. Abuelo Tomás watched from the porch, leaning on his cane. The memories in his eyes were heavy. He had lit lanterns every year since the war ended. Noor joined him, holding her lantern close. "Did she like lanterns?" she asked. Tomás smiled faintly. She loved light in dark times. The lake shimmered as other villagers released their lanterns. Noor watched in awe, each light a story. Tomás handed Noor a folded paper. "Your mother wrote this the day before she left." Noor opened the note carefully. "Promise me, one day you'll help the lake remember." Her mother's handwriting trembled with hope. Tears welled in Noor's eyes. "I will, Mama," she whispered. The lake reflected her vow. Tomás sat beside her again. It wasn't just a ritual, it was resistance. Hope disguised as light. Villagers slowly returned to their homes, but Noor and Tomás stayed, watching every lantern fade into the mist. Villagers slowly returned to their homes, but Noor and Tomás stayed, watching every lantern fade into the mist. The hush of the lake was like a blanket around them, comforting yet full of unspoken memories. Tomás told stories of bravery, of her mother's smile, of letters never sent. Noor listened, clutching her scarf. The stars above blinked like the eyes of ancestors listening from beyond, their warmth reaching the earth through memory. At midnight, Noor stood and whispered into the wind, "We remember." The wind carried her voice across the lake. It was not just a whisper, but a promise, a vow stitched into the night sky. Hay released one final lantern together, for everyone forgotten, for every silent voice. It drifted slowly, its light unwavering, cutting through the mist like a beacon of memory and promise. As the last lantern disappeared, Noor leaned her head on Tomás's shoulder. "Next year?" she asked. Tomás nodded. "Always." The lake, blanketed in mist and memory, glowed with a soft light, as if whispering its own eternal promise. Before releasing the last lantern, Tomás pulled out a tiny folded note from his coat pocket. "Your mother gave me this," he said, voice trembling. "She asked me to read it when the time was right." Noor unfolded the worn paper. In faded ink it read, "For Noor, when the light returns, carry it forward." Tears welled up in her eyes as she nodded. "I will." If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Every little action helps these stories reach more hearts. Subscribe for more tales that honor memory, courage, and love.